performed by C.J. Bloom and Jacob Morgan.
1. Summer. Is this a joke? I gape at the 5 girls who are holding me in judgment. They have various hair, skin, and eye colors, and yet I can't tell them apart because their expressions are identical. There's a whole lot of smug peeking through the phony remorse they're trying to convey, as if they're truly devastated by the news. Ha! They're enjoying this. I'm sorry, Summer, but it's not a joke. Kaya offers a pitying smile. As the Standards Committee, we take Kappa Beta News' reputation very seriously. We received word from Nationals this morning. Oh, really? You received word? Did they send a telegram? No, it was an email, she said, completely missing the sarcasm. She flips her glossy hair over one shoulder. They reminded the committee that every member of this sorority must uphold the behavior standards set by them. Otherwise, our chapter will lose its good standing with nationals. We have to remain in good standing, Bianca pipes up, pleading at me with her eyes. Of the 5 biatches in front of me, she seems like the most reasonable. Especially after what happened to Daphne Kettleman, adds a girl whose name I can't remember. Curiosity gets the better of me. What happened to Daphne Kettleman? Alcohol poisoning. The 4th girl, I think her name's Haley, lowers her voice to a whisper and quickly glances around, as if there might be a bug or two hidden in the antique furnishings that fill the living room of the Kappa mansion. She had to get her stomach pumped, the no-name girl reveals gleefully, which makes me question whether she's actually thrilled that Daphne Kettleman almost died. Kaya speaks up in a curt voice. Enough about Daphne! You shouldn't have brought her up, Coral. Coral! Right, that's her name. And it sounds as stupid now as it did when she introduced herself 15 minutes ago. We don't speak Daphne's name in this house, Kaya explains to me. Jesus! One measly stomach pumping and poor Daphne gets Voldemorted? The Kappa Beta Nu chapter of Briar University is evidently a lot stricter than the Brown chapter. Case in point, they're kicking me out before I'd even moved in. This isn't personal, Kaya continues, giving me another fake consolatory smile. Our reputation is very important to us, and although you're a legacy, a presidential legacy, I point out. So, in your face, Kaya. My mom was president of a Kappa chapter during her junior and senior years, and so was my grandmother. Hayward women and Kappa Beta Nu go together like abs and any male Hemsworth. A legacy, she repeats. But we don't adhere as strictly to those ancestral bonds the way we used to. Ancestral bonds? Who says that? Did she time travel from the olden days? As I said, we have rules and policies, and you didn't leave the Brown chapter on the best of terms. I didn't get kicked out of Kappa, I argue. I got kicked out of school in general. Kaya stares at me in disbelief. Is that a point of pride for you? Getting expelled from one of the best colleges in the country? I answer through clenched teeth. No, I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying, technically speaking, I'm still a member of this sorority. Maybe so, but that doesn't mean you're entitled to live in this house. Kaya crosses her arms over the front of her white mohair sweater. I see. I mimic her pose, except I cross my legs, too. Kaya's envious gaze lands on my black suede Prada boots, a gift from my grandmother to celebrate my admission to Briar. I had a good chuckle when I opened the package last night. I'm not sure Nana Celeste understands that I'm only attending Briar because I was expelled from my other school. Actually, I bet she does, and just doesn't care. Nana will find any excuse to get her Prada on. She's my soulmate.
And you didn't think, I go on, an edge creeping into my voice, to let me know this until after I packed up my stuff, drove all the way down here from Manhattan, and walked through the front door?
Bianca is the only one who has the decency to look guilty. We're really sorry, Summer, but like Kaya said, Nationals didn't get in touch until this morning, and then we had to vote and... She shrugs weakly. Sorry, she says again. So you voted and decided I'm not allowed to live here? Yes, Kaya says. I glance at the others. Haley? Hallie, she corrects icily. Oh, whatever. Like I'm supposed to remember their names? We literally just met. Hallie. I look to the next girl. Coral. And then the next girl. Crap. I legit don't know this one. Laura? Tawny! She bites out. Swing and a miss. Tawny, I repeat apologetically. You guys are sure about this? I get 3 nods. Cool. Thanks for wasting my time. I stand up, push my hair over one shoulder, and start wrapping my red cashmere scarf around my neck. A bit too vigorously, maybe, because it seems to annoy Kaya. Stop being so dramatic, she orders in a snarky voice, and don't act like we're to blame for the fact that you burned down your former house. Excuse us if we don't want to live with an arsonist. I struggle to keep my temper in check. I didn't burn anything down. That's not what our Brown sisters said. She tightens her lips. Anyway, we have a house meeting in 10 minutes. It's time for you to go. Another meeting? Look at you! A packed schedule today. We're organizing a New Year's Eve charity event tonight to raise money, Kaya says stiffly. Ah, my bad. What's the charity? Oh, Bianca looks sheepish. We're raising money to renovate the basement here in the mansion. Oh my God. They're the charity? You better get to it then. With a mocking smile, I flutter my fingers in a careless wave and march out of the room. In the hall, I feel the first sting of tears. Fuck these girls. I don't need them or their dumb sorority. Summer, wait. Bianca catches up to me at the front doors. I quickly paste on a smile and blink away the tears that had begun to well up. I won't let them see me cry. And I'm so friggin' glad I left all my suitcases in the car and only came in with my oversized purse. How mortifying would it have been to lug my bags back to the car? It would have taken multiple trips, too, because I don't travel light. Listen, Bianca says, her voice so quiet I strain to hear her. You should consider yourself lucky. I raise my eyebrows. For being homeless? Sure, I feel blessed. She cracks a smile. Your last name is Hayward De Laurentiis. You are not and will never be homeless. I grin sheepishly. Can't argue with that. But I'm serious, she whispers. You don't want to live here. Her almond-shaped eyes dart toward the doorway. Kaya is like a drill sergeant. It's her first year as Kappa president, and she's on some crazy power trip. I've noticed, I say dryly. You should have seen what she did to Daphne. She acted like it was the alcohol thing, but really she was just jealous because Daph slept with her ex-boyfriend Chris, so she made Daph's life miserable. One weekend when Daphne was away, Kaya accidentally, Bianca uses air quotes, donated every piece of her clothing to these freshmen who were collecting stuff for the annual clothes drive. Daph eventually quit the sorority and moved out. I'm starting to think that alcohol poisoning was the best thing that could have ever happened to Daphne Kettleman. If it got her out of this hellhole. Whatever. I don't care if I live here or not. Like you said, I'll be just fine. I put on the cavalier, nothing in life ever gets to me voice that I've perfected over the years. It's my armor. I pretend that my life is a beautiful Victorian house and hope that nobody peers close enough to see the cracks in my facade. But no matter how convincing I am in front of Bianca, There's no stopping the massive wave of anxiety that hits me the moment I slide into my car 5 minutes later. It stilts my breathing and quickens my pulse, making it hard to think clearly. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? I inhale deeply. It's okay. It's fine. I take another breath. Yes, I'll figure it out. I always do, right? I'm constantly screwing up, and I always find a way to unscrew myself. I just have to buckle down and think. My phone blares out its ringtone rendition of Sia's Cheap Thrills. Thank God. I waste no time answering the call. Hey! I greet my brother Dean, grateful for the interruption. Hey, boogers! Just checking that you made it to campus in one piece. Why wouldn't I? Gosh, who knows? You might have run off to Miami with some hitchhiking wannabe rapper you picked up on the interstate. Or what I like to call a recipe for becoming a serial killer's skin suit. Oh, wait. You already fucking did that. Oh my God. First of all, Jasper was an aspiring country singer, not a rapper. Second, I was with 2 other girls and we were driving to Daytona Beach, not Miami. Third, he didn't even try to touch me, let alone murder me. I sigh. Lacey did hook up with him, though, and he gave her herpes. Incredulous silence meets my ears. Dickie? That's my childhood name for Dean. He hates it. You there? I'm trying to understand how you think your version of the story is in any way more palatable than mine. He suddenly curses. Ah, fuck. Didn't I hook up with Lacey at your 18th birthday party? A pause. The herpes trip would have happened before that party. Damn it, Summer. I mean, I used protection, but a warning would have been nice. No, you didn't hook up with Lacey. You're thinking of Lainey, with an N. I stopped being her friend after that. How come? Because she slept with my brother when she was supposed to be hanging out with me at my party. That's not cool. Truth. Selfish move. Yup. There's a sudden blast of noise on the line. What sounds like wind, car engines, and then a barrage of honking. Sorry, Dean says. Just leaving the apartment. My Uber's here. Where are you off to? Picking up our dry cleaning? The place Allie and I go to is in Tribeca, but they're awesome, so worth the trek. Highly recommend. Dean and his girlfriend Allie live in the West Village in Manhattan. Allie admitted to me that the area is way fancier than she's used to. But for my brother, it's actually a step down. Our family's penthouse is on the Upper East Side, making up the top 3 floors of our hotel, the Hayward Plaza. But Dean's new building is near the private school where he teaches, and since Allie has a lead role on a television show that shoots all over Manhattan, the location is convenient for both of them. It must be so nice for them, having a place to live and all. Anyway, are you nice and settled at the Kappa house? Not quite, I confess. For fuck's sake, Summer. What did you do? My jaw falls open in outrage. Why does my family always assume that I'm in the wrong? I didn't do anything, I answer stiffly, but then defeat weakens my voice. They don't think someone like me is good for the sorority's reputation. One of them said I was an arsonist. Well, Dean says not so tactfully, you kind of are. Fuck off, Dickie. It was an accident. Arsonists intentionally set fires. So you're an accidental arsonist. The Accidental Arsonist. That's a great name for a book. Awesome. Go write that. I don't care how snide I sound. I'm feeling snarky and my nerves are shot. Anyway, they kicked me out and now I have to figure out where the heck I'm going to live this semester. My throat catches on a lump that appears out of nowhere, and a choked, almost sob squeezes past it. Are you okay? Dean asks immediately. I don't know. I swallow hard. This is ridiculous. I don't know why I'm upset. Those girls are awful, and I wouldn't have enjoyed living with them. I mean, it's New Year's Eve, and they're all on campus. They're doing some charity fundraiser thing instead of partying. That's so not my scene. The tears I've been holding at bay are no longer controllable. 2 fat drops slide down my cheeks, and I'm so glad Dean isn't here to witness it. It's bad enough that he can hear me crying. I'm sorry, boogers. Whatever. I angrily swipe at my wet eyes. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to cry over a few mean girls and an overcrowded house. I won't let it get to me. Would Selena Gomez let it get to her? Absolutely not. There's a confused beat. Selena Gomez? Yes, I jut out my chin. She's a symbol of class and purity. And I try to model myself after her, personality-wise. Obviously, when it comes to style, I will forever strive to be Coco Chanel, and I will forever fail because nobody can be Coco Chanel. Obviously. He pauses. Which era Selena Gomez are we talking about? Justin Bieber or The Weeknd? Or Bieber Part 2? I frown at my phone. Are you for real right now? What? A woman isn't defined by her boyfriends. She's defined by her achievements. And her shoes. My gaze lands on my new boots, courtesy of Nana Celeste. At least I've had smashing success in the shoe department. The rest of it? Not so much. I guess I can ask Dad to call the housing people and see if there's availability in any of the dorms. Once again, I feel defeated. I really don't want to do that, though. He already had to pull strings to get me into Briar. And I'd rather not live in a dorm if I can help it. Sharing a bathroom with a dozen other girls is my worst nightmare. I had to do it in the Kappa house at Brown, but the private bedroom made the bathroom situation easier to swallow. No way will there be any singles left in the dorms this far into the school year. I moan softly. What am I supposed to do? I have two older brothers who never, ever pass up an opportunity to tease or embarrass me. But sometimes they display rare moments of compassion. Don't call Dad yet, Dean says gruffly. Let me see what I can do first. My forehead wrinkles. I'm not sure you can do anything. Just hold off on calling him. I've got an idea. The squeal of brakes fills the line. 1 sec. Thanks, bro. 5-star ride for sure. A car door slams. Summer, you're coming back to the city tonight anyway, right? I wasn't planning on it, I admit, but I guess I don't have a choice now. I'll have to grab a hotel in Boston until I figure out my living arrangements. Not Boston, I meant New York. The semester doesn't start for a few weeks. I figured you'd be staying at the penthouse until then. No, I wanted to unpack and settle in and all that crap. Well, it ain't happening today, and tonight is New Year's Eve. So you might as well come home and celebrate with me and Allie. A bunch of my old teammates are driving up too. Like who? I asked curiously. Garrett's in the city for a game, so he'll be here, and the current Briar Brigade is coming. You know some of them. Mike Hollis, Hunter Davenport. Actually, Hunter went to Roselawn Prep. Think he was a year behind you? Pierre and Corson, but I don't think you've ever met them. Fitzy. My heartbeat stutters. I remember Fitzy, I say as casually as I'm capable of, which is not casual at all. Even I can hear the excitement in my voice. Who can blame me, though? Fitzy is short for Colin Fitzgerald, and he just happens to be the unicorn. The tall, sexy, tattooed, hockey-playing unicorn of a man who I might have a teeny-weeny, itsy-bitsy crush on. Okay, fine. A big motherfucking crush on. He's so magical, but he's also out of reach. Dean's hockey friends are usually all over me when they meet me, but not Fitz. I met him last year when I visited Dean at Briar, and the guy barely glanced my way. When I saw him again at a birthday party for Dean's friend Logan, he said about 10 words to me, and I'm pretty sure half those words were hello, how are you, and goodbye. He's exasperating. Not that I expect every male in my vicinity to fall at my feet, but I know he's attracted to me. I've noticed the way his brown eyes smolder when he looks at me. They frigging smolder. Unless I'm just seeing what I want to see. My dad has this super pompous saying, perception and reality are vastly disparate. The truth is usually found somewhere in between. Dad used that line in his closing arguments for a murder trial once, and now he busts it out any time it's even remotely applicable to a situation.